everybody, and welcome back to the world of Fandom Fights. I am your host, the King, Kaleb Koho, and we are back for our first retirement match of the season. And here to help me call the match, the one, the only, the lovely Tim the Hulk Brzakala. How you doing, Tim?
It's day 3 of me not working. The quarantine is taking me over. I've beat Doom Eternal, and now I'm here to ask some trivia questions.
Isn't that the only way to live life, by beating Doom Eternal and then asking trivia questions to strangers on the internet? But
Yeah.
what we've got today, a retirement match. One of these people I know very well, Jim Green, coming in 2-4 against JD West. Both have a knockout. Both have a 2-4 record. Last time we saw JD, he lost to Kane McMillan in the tournament. Last time we saw Jim Green, he was losing to RJ in round 1 of the tournament. So both these guys played last year, had pretty solid seasons last year. Now it's about which one can stay to see if they have another good season coming up this year.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Both, like you said, both these players have some history in fandom. Which one will be going away? Who knows? Let's find out. Absolutely.
We'll go ahead and hear what these two have to say right now in promos.
I've been the low man on totem pole before. I beat the human beaver Russian. Consider this match like the deleted scene because the wolf is going down.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to play in Fandom again, run by Tim, pretty cool guy, Brzakala, and Kaleb, traitor, loser, teammate of some guy that who cares. My teammate is, even though a dickhead, is definitely cooler than Kaleb Koho or his whatever he has going on now. Let's get this match over. Because remember when we had sports, that was cool. We don't have those anymore. But fuck Lucas, but fuck Kaleb Koho more.
Well, Tim, those were some fire promos. Remember, sports is going to be the hashtag that I use for the rest of time. I can't. But we'll go ahead. We'll get our players and we'll get right into the match. Round 1 works like this. You are going to get 10 questions worth 1 point apiece from 10 different areas within the realm of Fandom Fight. Should you get all 10 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. You have 3 repeats for the entirety of the match and a challenge rule. Any questions as we get to round number 1?
Are you going to change your hair back to a normal person?
No. All right. So your first question is in the category of YA dystopia. In The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, which district is the first stop on Katniss and Peeta's victory tour?
Katniss setting the girl on fire!
Stanley Tucci is a national treasure.
The Tooch.
The Tooch!
I love the Tooch.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with JD.
5th.
That is incorrect. And Jim?
I went with the chronological choice of just 11.
That is correct. And Jim's on the board. 1-0. Let's get to the second question.
All right, guys. Your second question is in the category of Pixar. In Monsters University, who voices Johnny, the preppy leader of Roar Omega Roar?
I like this movie.
Yeah, this movie slaps.
But
It's not as good as the first one, but it's good.
It's not, but Boatman needs to shut the fuck up when he says it's not good.
He doesn't like it?
No, it's not in his top 15. And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Oh, so a member of Team 19 is someone you hate. Interesting.
3,
over Monsters University.
2,
I'm going to tell him that.
1. Pens down. We're going to start with Jim on this one.
I have no idea, but I've been watching Parks and Rec, so Adam Scott.
As incorrect. And JD?
I put John Hain.
That would be cool, but it's incorrect. Looking for Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion. All right, your third question is in the category of DreamWorks animation. Who voices Lord Farquaad in Shrek? The age-old debate. Shrek on VHS or Shrek 2?
I like Shrek 2 on DVD with the Far, Far Away idol after the credits.
The Far, Far Away idol is the most cursed bonus feature of all time.
And I would always do
Poor
the
choice, Tim. Poor choice.
Puss in Boots one with the boots were made for walking.
2,
Good one.
1. Pens down. We're going to start with JD.
Yeah.
That is correct. And Jim.
John Lithgow.
That is correct. And somewhere a certain Shelob is shaking his fist.
This is true. All right, guys, your next question is in the category of quotes. In what live-action Disney film will you hear the line, "That's got to be the worst pirate I've ever seen"?
Do you think Shelob sits up at night and just says John Lithgow to himself while he rocks back and forth? I feel like he does.
It's gotta be.
It gotta be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with Jim.
I put Pirates Curse of the Black Pearl.
And JD. JD, answers.
I put Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Okay. We will accept both, I think, as we get to the MCU. In Iron Man, who does Tony send to go to his office to steal files off of a computer? Not to date this video, but we may have seen this one.
I feel like this movie was watched somewhat recently in a group of people.
Very well could have been. Definitely not last night, though.
Not last night.
Not at all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with JD.
Pepper Potts.
That is correct. And Jim.
Tony. It's Pepper Potts.
That is correct. All right. 4-3. Let's get to the next question.
Your next question is in the category of DC. What MCU director plays Hal's friend Tom in Green Lantern?
So, I don't think this movie's that bad.
So, I saw it when it came out, thought it was whatever, and then didn't see it again until last year when I was studying for the singles title, and I rewatched it and I was like, it's not awful.
It's not awful.
Good.
It's not good,
but it's not bad.
It's fine.
Remember that post-credit scenes that set up the sequels?
Yep.
Rip.
Let's start with Jim.
Hey everyone, it's Colgate. It's Taika Waititi.
And JD.
It's off Ghost Taika Waititi.
That is correct. Your 7th question comes to the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek Generations, what race of aliens are responsible for the destruction of Soren's planet?
I believe this is the 6th question, is it not?
6, 7. I can't count.
No, you're right. That was the 7th.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm stupid. You're right.
Listen, I can't count, so you could tell me I'm wrong, and I just believe you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with JD.
The Borg.
And Jim.
I said the Klingons.
The Borg is correct, so JD tying the game at 5. Yes. Let's get to the 8th question.
All right, your next question is in the category of Marvel. What year saw the release of Men in Black 3? Men in Black 3 being probably the best of the franchise.
I believe Men in Black 3 is the one where they sing Bad Boys and Will Smith drives around in a car with Martin Lawrence.
You haven't even seen 2 of those films.
I have seen one of those 2 movies now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with JD. That is incorrect, and Jim.
I said 11.
It's also incorrect. Both Brooklyn Vail, that is 2012. 2012. Both shooting on the opposite sides of it. Your question,
Right
category
in
of
the
Rocky.
middle.
Category Rocky. Who directed Rocky 5?
I hate to spoil the answer, but I think the answer is Maggie.
Don't you put that evil on Maggie that she directed this movie?
That's fair.
This movie's awful. 5,
That's fair.
4,
It's not good.
3.
It's worse than Greenland.
Repeat.
True. 1. That
Repeat.
is JD first repeat. All right. Your question in the category of Rocky. Who directed Rocky 5?
Yeah, not much you can say about this movie.
No, this movie's bad. The movie's very, very
The first 5 to 10 minutes are decent, and then it just
It's true. 5,
goes off the
4,
rails.
3,
Fucking Pauly.
2, 1. Fucking Polly. Pens down. We're gonna start with JD.
Sylvester Stallone.
That is incorrect, and Jim.
I also put Sly.
Looking for John G. Avildsen. Can make it to the last one, or what he thought would be the last one.
All right,
Dave,
and your final
movie
question.
is so forgivable, even the director is forgivable.
That is true. All right, final question is in the category of Bond. Who plays Blofeld in Spectre?
I don't think this movie's as bad as everyone says it is.
I haven't seen it since it came out. I saw it once in the theater and once on Blu-ray, and haven't watched it since. So
The first
I was
act of
gonna-
that movie is dope.
I'm actually probably going to rewatch it before the No Time to Die comes out in a couple weeks. But wait,
Yikes.
we are quarantined.
2.
Remember when
1.
movie theaters were open?
Pens down, JD, and Jim.
I said that I've got a bingo. Christoph Waltz.
That's correct, and JD.
I haven't seen the movie, so I thought it was another Brosnan.
No, we were looking for Christoph Waltz. All right, score is 6-5, but I think it happens to get around number 2, which works like this. You're each going to get a spin after the lovely wheel from wheelside.com. If you like the category you land on, you are going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can opt to multiple choice, but it devalues the point down to being only worth 1. You can spin again, but you're stuck with whatever you land on the second time. There is stealing in this round. Jim, you have all 3 repeats. JD, you have 2, and Jim, you're in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer to JD?
I'll go second.
All right, so JD, your spin at the wheel is away,
Give him opponent's choice again.
and it lands on the category of spinner's choice.
Of course.
Spinner's choice. Your categories again are MCU, Worlds of DC, YA, Wizarding World, DC, Bond, Middle Earth, and Rocky.
YA is too broad, so I'm going Wizarding World.
All right, Tim, you want to give him some questions in the category of Wizarding World?
Sure. All right, JD, your first question in Wizarding World. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, what is the first beast that we see on screen?
I think I know, but multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, a Niffler, B, a Bowtruckle, C, a Demiguise, or D, an Arapant. That is correct for 1 point. All right. JD, your next question. In The Sorcerer's Stone, Mrs. Weasley gets Harry and Ron what for Christmas? Five, 4, 3,
Multiple.
2. All right. Your multiple choice options are A. Yep, your options are A. Invisibility cloaks, B. Remember-alls, C. Sweaters, or D. A chess set. That is correct for 1 point. All right, your next question. Who teaches defense against the dark arts in The Half-Blood Prince?
In the Half-Blood.
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Slughorn.
That is incorrect to Jim. Chance for the 2-point steal.
Slughorn.
Severus Snape.
That is correct for a 2-point steal from Jim.
Oh, sorry. I realized I just pulled a Brian and moved out of camera. Microphone's closer now.
All right, JD, your next question. What Wizarding World film marked the first appearance of Michael Gambon?
Professor or
That is correct for 2 points. All right, and JD, your final question in Wizarding World. What type of broom does Harry receive at the end of Prisoner of Azkaban?
Firebolt.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, so at the end of JD, spinning gets himself up to 11, but that big 2-point steal from Jim only has him down by 3 as we bring back the wheel. And Jim, your spin is away. It lands on the category of DC. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Spin again.
All right, and you're stuck with whatever you land on this time, and it lands on opponent's choice.
The remaining categories.
MCU, Worlds of DC, YA Dystopia, DC, Bond, Middle Earth, and Rocky. Give me an answer in 5, 4, 3.
Rocky.
All right, Rocky, it is. All right, Jim, your first question in the category of Rocky. What is the name of the priest who often gives Rocky blessings before his fights in the first Rocky?
Oh my god. Multiple choice.
Is it A, Father Carmine, B, Father Stevens, C, Father Marco, or D, Father Andrews?
A.
That is correct for 1 point. Your second question. What U.S. state is Tommy Gunn from in Rocky V?
I think he's from Detroit. But...
Can you answer in 5, 4,
Michigan.
2? That is incorrect, JD. The chance for a 2-point steal. Five, 4, 3, 2,
New York.
1. That is incorrect. We're looking for Oklahoma.
Oh, that's right. Tommy Morrison's
Oh.
All right, Jim, your third question in the category of Rocky. How does the first fight between Adonis Creed and Victor Drago end in Creed 2? We need the winner and the method of victory.
Okay. Adonis wins by disqualification.
That is correct for 2 points, tying the game. Your fourth question in the category of Rocky. Rocky and Adrian have their first date on which holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Correct for 2 more points. And your last question in the category of Rocky. What is the last film in the franchise to feature the character of Polly?
Polly. Oh, shit. I think Polly was dead already by Creed. Rocky Balboa.
That's correct for 2 more points. So at the end of round number 2, Jim gets a score up to 15. JD has 11, but anything can happen as we get to round number 3, which is the betting round. And it works like this. We're going to give you the category. You are going to tell us how many points you'd like to bet between 0 and 2 points. If you get the question right, you will gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you will lose those points. We go until somebody is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Any questions as we get into round number 3?
I got a question. Again, will you dye your hair back to a normal person color?
No. All right. Your first category that you can bet points on in round number 3 is the MCU. Please write down and show us how many points you like to bet in the MCU. All right. Both look like they got their bets ready. So we'll start with JD.
2.
And Jim.
1.
All right. Your question in the category of the MCU. In Avengers Infinity War, who, along with Tony, does not get dusted on Titan?
Titan would be a fun place to visit.
Which version of Titan?
Any.
The one that we're living in now.
That's fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with JD.
Nebula.
And Jim.
Nebula.
Correct. All right. 16-13. Give them the next category, Tim.
Yes, the next category that you guys can bet points on is going to be Disney live action.
All right. They look ready, so we'll go ahead. We'll get bets starting with Jim this time.
1.
And JD.
Say 1.
All
right, guys, your question in Disney live action is, in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, who plays the White Witch?
I see you too drawing pinky up.
I have to stay fancy in these trying times.
Absolutely.
Is that a Buzz Lightyear cup?
It is an Avengers cup.
Oh.
There's Iron Man, some
5,
Falcon action, there's some Thor,
3,
maybe a Hulk,
2,
a Hawkeye.
1. Pens down. We'll start with Jim.
It's Tilda Swinton.
And JD.
Tilda Swinton.
Correct. All right, guys, your third question that you can bet points on in this category is Disney animation. How many points would you like to bet on Disney animation?
Score.
It is 17-14 currently. 3-point game. We'll get bets. Looks like both are ready. So we'll start with JD. And Jim.
1.
All right, and your question in Disney animation. What Disney animated movie features the songs Reflection and A Girl Worth Fighting For?
Oh, come on. You have to throw a softball at us?
Well,
Right over home plate. 5, 4.
this is a retirement match.
Pens down. We're going to go ahead. We're going to start with JD. That is correct. And Jim.
I wrote Shrek. No, I'm kidding. Move on.
It's correct. 18-15. As we get to the penultimate question of the round, Tim.
Yes, and that question is in the category of scores and soundtracks. What a match, Caleb. What a match.
What a match indeed.
This is usually around the time that I say that.
That's true. You normally. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll get bets starting with Jim.
Nothing.
And JD.
I'm feeling lucky.
All right.
All right, guys, your question and scores and soundtracks.
No,
What?
I still gotta write it down. Sorry, for
Yep.
stats purposes.
Yes, sir.
Your question is, what song plays at the end of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring? What a match, Caleb.
This is a big-
match.
This is a big one. If JD misses, well, we still go to the last question, but he's down 4. So if he hits, it's a 2-point game going to the last question. 5, 4,
Repeat.
2. Jim using a repeat.
When he bet 0.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Go ahead.
Your question is, what song plays at the end of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring?
I'm good now.
Jim
My
just really wants
marker-
those stats.
Is running out.
Same. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Jim since he didn't bet anything.
I would walk 5,000 miles by the Proclaimers.
That's incorrect to JD.
This is right, actually.
Reels.
What does it
Sorry,
say?
what does that say? I can't read that.
I can't.
The
read it.
Lagreels thing.
That is incorrect. We're looking for May It Be.
Oh, that's close to what I said.
All right, 14-18 as we go to the last question, which comes in the category of Star Wars. How many points would you like to bet on Star Wars?
Not to date this or anything, but which we already did earlier, but Your List Sucks is in an hour and a half.
It is in an hour and a half, and I was making the graphics before I got on this call.
Very fun.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll get bets starting with JD.
1.
I win.
And Jim.
I also bet 1 because Dave Filoni.
All right, your question in the category of Star Wars. Who voices Count Dooku in Star Wars The Clone Wars?
What a match, Caleb. What a match.
No, just I'll tell you about it later.
I've got nothing else to say.
I'll tell you about it later.
You're
5,
fine. I believe you.
4, 3,
Repeat.
2. Jim Green using his second repeat. Jim Green already used his second repeat. So, who voices Count Dooku in Star Wars The Clone Wars?
I can't spell this, but I'm gonna try my best anyway.
All right. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2,
I'm pretty sure it's really odd.
1. Pens down, and we'll start with Jim.
John Campia, who loves Oscar Tano.
So Katana.
So Katana, you fuck. And JD.
Freddie Prince Jr.
That's incorrect. Looking for Christopher Lee, but
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but
and your winner, Jim the Wolf Green. The answer was Christopher Lee. What a match, Tim.
What a match, Caleb. What a
What a
match.
match.
This is, actually, both players actually played pretty well in round 2, despite Jim getting the shorter end of the straw there. Just came down to round 3. Both players putting the pressure on betting, and it worked out in Jim's favor.
Absolutely, but we'll go ahead. We'll get some post-match interviews, starting with our. That's I wanted to do that. There we go. We'll get post-match interviews starting with our winner today, Jim Green. You avoid a retirement match and get yourself up to 3-4. How do you feel?
Feel good. Still fuck you because you dropped me and the greatest team partner ever, Lucas, who is a piece of shit, but still, he's cooler than you. But I should have picked up some more points because I knew Tommy Morrison was from Oklahoma, and I forgot that the character was also from Oklahoma because Rocky V is a piece of shit movie. And then I knew that last question was probably Christopher Lee because he's Christopher Lee, but I went with a fun answer because Star Wars fans are crybabies.
That is true. But with this win, you are still on the active roster. Is that anyone you're hoping to play now that you got yourself another win?
Somebody that I could beat.
How about that fuck you partner of yours, Lucas Schildbach?
Maybe not.
All right, well, we'll think about it. But congratulations on your win, and we'll see you in the future. We'll go over to our unfortunate loser today, JD West. Unfortunately, this does bring about an end to your Phantom singles career. How do you feel?
I thought match. Because you said 3, 2, and 5 would give me a retirement match, right?
2 and 4. This was the retirement match, Shitty. This was 2 and 5 puts you into the retirement box. So, unfortunately, this does end for you.
This was the retirement match, but okay.
But yeah. Is there any chance you might make the jump over to teams, try and find another partner, and go at the teams belt, or what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, me still going strong. You guys schedule some freaking matches.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and throw back to Tim at the desk. This has been a great match. This has been a great match. We'll wrap this one up very fast.
Whoa! What the fuck just happened?
Thank you so much for watching. This was Fandom Fights. I'm deceased. So is Tim. We're gonna go die, and not from quarantine. We're dying because JD just fucking killed us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys real soon with another great match.